been a long time since I've actually stood up in front of a bunch of people and talked. This is nerve-wracking. What is a wallet? It sounds like this type of talk happens every year, so hopefully I do an okay job of this. First, can we, with a show of hands, who here absolutely 100% knows what a wallet is? Okay, that's not very many. I'm gonna say for the record, about 10% maybe of the crowd raised their hands. So I think as I've journeyed into the Web3 space, I've noticed that word wallet gets used to describe a lot of different things. And so today in this talk, we're going to go over a couple of archetypes of how this word wallet gets used in different contexts and maybe unpack that a little bit. I work on a team that's focused on decentralized data authorization and compute. And so I'm the only designer amongst a bunch of very low-level protocol wonks. And it's been important for me when we're designing and building these things to be fairly precise with my language. I don't think it's important to be pedantic out in the normal world and like shame people for using these things incorrectly, but let's go through a couple of ways wallet gets used and how it's referencing different things in each instance. So probably a common question you get asked as someone who's involved in the space from people who are looking to get in is which wallet should I get? And really, when people are asking this question, what they're asking is which wallet client should I get? So they could be thinking about a device, a bit of software, whatever. If you're going to thoughtfully answer that question, you want to know a bit about what job they're hoping that wallet's going to do for them, and a few other things. And you might recommend to them a software wallet client, a hardware wallet client. You might focus on a custodied solution for them. You might encourage them to use one of these options below, which is self-custodied, meaning they manage the private keys themselves. Most of the wallets these days are focused on a single signature to execute a transaction. There's also a lot of things that require multi-signatures. The Gnosis multi-sig safe being an example. Then, of course, these days, also there's the question of, do you want to just target a single chain, or do you want to have coverage across a bunch of chains, a bunch of L1s or L2s? And then in the UI itself, do you want to open this up and be focused on your portfolio and the valuation? Or are you interested in some more identity-focused things like NFTs and your popes and all the rest? So when it comes to the wallet clients, those are some things you can consider, of course, when designing a wallet or when giving those recommendations. And then these wallet clients are also going to, of course, let us connect via Wallet Connect to the dApps and do our business. You probably, if you've been on Twitter for any amount of time, also see people saying, hey, drop your wallet for some free ETH. Beside the fact that you should never do this, because it's at least engagement farming and at most a scam, what people are talking about often here is your account address, right? So this long hexadecimal string, maybe aliased to an ENS domain that you've got in a multi-chain context. If you're using a certain approach, you may even want to prepend to say this is an ETH address, this is a Cosmos ecosystem address, this is a Polygon address, a Tezos address. But you notice also I brought up this word account, which we hadn't mentioned yet. So in smart contract-based chain, you're going to have two types of account. These are important to understand. The externally owned account, which has and continues to be a confusing name to me. What's meant here is that externally, this private key lives off chain. These are the things that you're going to have and that are going to kick off transactions. And then there's stuff that is in contract accounts. These live on chain. They're controlled by code. And they can create further transactions, but they're kicked off by things that come from what you have, which is an externally owned account. And it is referenced by an address. And when you do stuff on chain, you get some friends with benefits tokens, you get some NFTs, you get an ENS domain name. Those things actually all are state that lives in these contract accounts, and they point at your account, which really contains nothing. So in your wallet, there is nothing. The third way that the word wallet gets used is, maybe you've seen this in a wallet client, add an existing wallet. In Rainbow, this is the button. And if you click it, it's going to ask for a secret phrase or a private key or an Ethereum address or an ENS name. And those actually don't all give you wallets. But in order to explain this, I'm going to have to introduce this concept of a hierarchically deterministic wallet, which is a little heady, and let's see if I do an okay job of explaining it. But basically, there at the root is a concept of a wallet, and underneath that, you would have many accounts. So these would all be those hex strings. This would be the ENS name. For me, I go by depacheDmode.eth, right? But I could have others, and I could manage them all from the same wallet object. How do I get that wallet object? Well, it asked for the seed phrase on that former page. I prefer to call this a recovery phrase. This is that set of 12 to 24 words. If I put that in, I can always get all of the accounts underneath that wallet object back. If I had entered a private key, and this is where I'm a little maybe even hazy, I think I can get that root wallet. I can at least get one of those accounts. And if I put in the Ethereum address, that long hex string or the ENS name, I'm actually only going to get one of those accounts. Now, there's one other feature of a hierarchically deterministic wallet, which most of these wallet clients use, which is pretty interesting and I think underexplored in the Ethereum space, which is each one of those accounts can have child accounts. A use case here would be maybe a family wallet, mom, son, dad, checking and savings account. And so there you have it. 3 things called a wallet. If we can review, the client itself, the account, and the hierarchically deterministic object. And so now, who knows what a wallet is? Put your hands up again. Slight improvement. I'm going to say 20 to 25%. Let's all give ourselves a round of applause.